Nope, you stuck with me again. Welcome back to the Scale Builders Guild. Thanks again for watching. It's episode 103 of What's on the Bench Weekly. And if you're not familiar with this show, it's where I take you through projects that I'm working on. I share all kinds of things here, whether it be drift or crawlers or scale builds or I don't know, whatever else comes across the bench, really. If it's RC related, even boats, you'll probably see it here, but no flight, because I have drones at the bottom of lakes. Anyway, right into what we're working on this week. First of all, here's the Associated DC-10 in its new garb. It's a Subaru. And I don't know anything about stuff. Certainly not about drifting. So I chose a Subaru, which is an all-wheel drive car. But luckily, people have told me that you can rear-wheel drive convert these WRX XTIs and make them quite capable drift cars, as featured in such movies as Fast and Furious 28. But yeah, this one is from Pandora RC. It's a very nice body. They do a good job of the molds and stuff. And this is a multi-piece body. The front clip is all one separate piece. The rear diffuser or spoiler back, this is a diffuser, right? Yeah. This is all a separate piece. The light buckets are all separate, and it came together quite nicely. It sits pretty well on this chassis. I didn't have to do too much in the way of modifications. I did shift these wheels a little further back. Just to give it a better overall wheelbase, and that means that I'll be searching that drift performance at the track for hours and hours and hours, because I made one small change. But it sits on here quite nicely. I'm using a magnet mount, so it's pretty rigid. It'll hold up to a few bounces, I think, which is good. I used On Point and Traxxas paint to paint this one. You look at it and you're like, that's not very complicated. And it isn't. It wasn't supposed to be complicated. This is a temporary body that I decided to paint up in preparation for getting a much more professionally painted body from a gentleman overseas. He's going to do a much better job than I ever could. I like Lexan painting, don't get me wrong. I hate resetting the timer though. So I'm giving that to somebody else to do. But this was a fun one-day paint job. I started with a transparent flake, just a flake, gives it sort of a pearl coat almost. You can sort of see it. Here, let me see if I can get you a better look at it. There you go. There, you can see it there. Very nice. And then I did a very dark blue along the very bottom, as you can sort of see there. Just a very subtle fade up into this lighter blue, and backed everything with white, and that was basically it. Painted the outer trim with flat black on the outside just by trimming away all the Lexan film, and same thing with these bottom parts, like these little body kit parts. Those were all painted on the outside as well to give it that flat black look. And then I went through with one of my paint markers to do all of the panel gaps. Thought that was a nice little touch. Now, on the front headlight buckets, you can see I've got some yellow tint on there. That's not paint, that is actual automotive grade tint. And yes, you can use automotive grade products on your RC cars. I don't know if anybody's told you that before, but I've had this stuff, gosh, for a very long time. I don't think there's a date on here. Maybe there is. No date. It was many years ago. Many. Doesn't say on here. Probably 4 or 5 years ago, but this is what it looks like. It's just a yellow tint film. Peel and stick, basically. You can use a little bit of soapy water if you really want to get it bubble free, or you can do what I did and just pray. And it came through pretty well. I put it on the back window as well, as per suggestions on Instagram. I think it actually looks pretty good back there, if I'm honest. I haven't really detailed up this with any stickers or any livery or decals or anything. I might just keep it clean. I might not, though. Put a comment down below and let me know what you think. I'm open to ideas. I am going to put a light kit into it, though. I do want to have lights on this car. I would love to do exhaust, too, so it's like does that blah, 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 with the lights and the backfiring and everything. that would be pretty fun. So I'm going to look into doing that. MyTrickRC, I think, has a pretty good kit for that. I would love to get that set up on this guy. More of a street drift car than a competition drift car. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with how this one turned out. Lots of good parts. You can get a whole whack of resin printed accessories for all the Pandora bodies. So you can do all your side mirrors, wipers, any other little bits and pieces that you might want to have. But the sticker sheet that's included does a pretty decent job. And I'm happy with this. It's nice. It's just a nice car for driving. I wanted something a little fun and at least partially done by me. And this was a good enough option for now. I cannot drive that Porsche that I did. It is too nice. I spent way too much time on that and I don't want to wreck it. So yeah, there you go. Okay, on to the next thing. Now where do I put this? I've run out of space as per usual. File these under the I didn't know these already existed, but Traxxas has hard case lipos now. These are, yeah, these are 2-cell lipos. These are fantastic for your mud boss, your drift car, anything where you're going to be smashing it into things at a higher rate of speed. You'd probably want to use a hard case lipo. I like hard case lipos. I tend to try to use those as often as I can, because you know me, I'm not a great driver. And the likelihood of me hitting curbs or obstacles or other humans is great. There's a high likelihood of that. So having a nice hard case lipo like this, let's open one of these up actually. So having one of these in a car that is going fast and moving towards objects is always preferred. And it's nice that they offer these in a nice 5200 milliamp hour 35C 2S pack. Great, like I said, for drifting, great for slash. Great for the mud boss, most specifically. Even the Vortex, really good place for one of these as well. So if you're interested in those, make sure to put a link down below, like I do to everything I ever put on this show. Without exception, ever. I've never ever missed doing that. What do we have next? I know you're probably sick of seeing this truck, but I am almost done with it. And many things have happened since last week. It's pretty much complete. As you can see, I've got the new Shoddy RC beadlock rings on there. These, well, I've got it on one wheel anyway. These are fantastic. Colton does an amazing job. I said, hey Colton, can you do some of these TR style ones and send them to me really quickly? And he said, absolutely, no problem. He got them put together and sent within less than a week, which was spectacular. But I like his packaging. He's got these nice little diagrams of what you're getting from Shoddy RC. That's his Instagram handle there, right there, Shoddy RC, if you're interested in checking out his stuff. Colton does great work, very easy to communicate with, and can make all your wildest dreams come true, provided it's a beadlock ring. Don't they look amazing? Aren't you so happy with those? Yes. Truck is pretty much done. Once we get the rest of those beadlocks on, we'll be all good. I know I asked last week, should I paint the axles? And the resounding answer was yes. And aren't you so glad I did? Look at those, look at those crappy looking axles. They're so crappy now. But it's exactly what this truck needed. They needed to be rusted out and crappy. Look at that slag factory getting all rusty too. Doesn't that look amazing? I'm so happy I did that. You can see on that tire, I did that while the tires were on. Because I'm like, it doesn't matter. This thing is a messy truck. It's supposed to be messy. So perfect. I've got my Starbucks cup rolling around in the back there. It's attached with some very clear thread, so that won't be going anywhere. Yes. Interior's all done. I'm painted. I'm in there. I'm looking fantastic. I've got different tattoos because I got lazy. Yeah, what else? Oh yeah, right. The motor's all in and painted, and I think that looks really hilarious. It's three-dimensional, but it's like a short 3 dimensions. So it almost looks like a fake, like just a straight flat panel, which it looks awesome. I'm so happy with that. Yeah. So yeah, truck's all done. And I can't call it Joanne because you know what? Joanne, the owner of this truck in real life, she named it Darla. So I guess it's Darla now. I'm glad I didn't change anything and put Joanne, or somebody suggested Yoann, because Yo from the Toyota logo, Yoann, funny. But yeah, that's it. This truck's done. Oh, I also weathered it too. I did the oil dot method just to kind of knock it back a little bit and make it feel a little more dusty and a little more used. I can't wait to get it actually dusty, and that event is very soon. Proline by the Fire is weeks away, not even 2 weeks from tomorrow. Is that right? Or a week from tomorrow? A week from tomorrow. Dang, that's crazy. All right, so there you go. That's Darla, as she is now known. Oh, one top tip, and I forgot to tell you about this, but it's something I've done with TF2s before. Because of these holes where you would normally screw a screw into to hold the body on, I actually do something a little bit different. I use a couple of long grub screws that I Loctite into position, and then this becomes a quick release body. You just do that and off your body comes. It's so great. You don't have to actually screw anything on, and it just slides right back into place. Nice firm fit too. It's not coming off. You could lift it by the roof if you wanted. And yeah, it's just a much simpler way of doing it, and it's a tool-free way of getting the body off so you can get it batteries, and yeah, Bob's your uncle. Pretty great. I always think that if you learn one thing from any of my videos, or if you can apply one technique from any of my videos, you've gained so much knowledge. And that's a great segue into the members only section of the YouTube channel here, where I give you even more tips and tricks that you can use for your own benefit. Not only are there tips and tricks, there's also a ton of behind the scenes. I do travel logs, I show you how to do stuff, I show you upcoming things, and you get to see all the videos early, especially the H10 optic build-off that I'm doing with Josh right now. Praise Wheel. That's available at least 24 hours before the actual air date. So if you are interested and keen on seeing stuff before everybody else, I will put a link in the description where you can check out the members only section to become a gold level ding dong, which, hey, who doesn't want to be a gold level ding dong? I know I do. All right, on to the next thing, if there is another thing. Finally, courtesy of P-Dub Design, who is Paul Wilhite. If you don't know, Paul used to be at Proline. He was one of the main fixtures at Proline by the Fire, who was responsible for putting many of those events together. A really excellent guy. He is now in the scale banner business, as you can see right here. And he created these cool banners for me. They are, you know, nice looking, well printed banners. He created this little display as well. There's sort of like a barricade. He laser cuts these out of wood, does all the painting, and then makes all these great banners, great, really like high quality stuff. They're really nice for all of your sort of scale dioramas, or if you're going to a scale event. Where was I? We Rock RC actually had things similar to this on the rocks. So they should actually get in touch with Paul. And if you're interested in picking up some of these, he'll do any custom work as well. So if you've got your own logo, if you want something for an event, perhaps, you can check him out at PDub Design on Instagram. That's a great place to find him. And by all means, you should reach out and get some banners done. And to celebrate him sending me all these banners, I've got some banners that I'll be giving away. So you just have to put a comment down below, and I'll send you a banner or two, because I've got a whole bunch to give out. So please thank Paul in your comment. I'm sure he would appreciate seeing that. So yeah, if you want a banner, put a comment down below. And of course, like this video. All right, that's it. It seems like not much, but you know, I'm getting ready for a go away. You know, I have to have all that stuff planned and ready to go. So yeah. That's sort of been the most important thing right now. You may have watched Josh totally rip apart the Jimmy's buggy. He went over all the wiring, did not pull any punches, and made me feel very bad about myself. So please go scold him over on his channel. All right, I think that's going to do it. Thank you so much for watching. And of course, oh, will you see me next week? You know what? I'll try and record an episode in advance, or maybe it'll be a travel log, what's on the bench, remote from where I'll be. All right. Thanks so much for watching. See you next week. Love you, bye.